Yo, Hades here, and welcome to another movie review. Now, you might be wondering, wow, it's like, you're really doing a lot of these now. I've only done like three in like this will be the third one I've done this year. But, oh, I completely forgot what we're doing. But anyways, yeah, now you will also be wondering, what the hell do you mean sheep detectives? Yeah, uh, what a movie. I'm actually gonna pause the game for a second. Actually, we're gonna exit the game just to talk about this, just for a second. Um, just to mute quick fast. Um, that movie made me cry. Uh, I actually, even still thinking about the movie, like it's still like a little bit teary. But that's a strange feeling, very strange feeling for me. Um, actually, I'm just gonna turn off the sound in general. Yeah, no, but for it, little buddy. Yeah, I don't really cry that much during movies. At least not that I don't try or anything. I mean, or that I'm heartless or anything, but just I normally just don't. So this was it was weird, and it wasn't the experience because I was going into this movie just because expecting it to be a comedy. Sheep detectives. I think that's a fair assumption, you bastard. A fair assumption to make, honestly. But I I got my heart ripped out a little bit. Not gonna lie. Now, obviously, I'm gonna try to stay away from saying any spoilers. Excuse me, how disgusting. But this was it. There were some comedy bits and everything to it. So, like, if you do expect some comedy, yeah, there's gonna be some. But or it's a murder mystery. Um, and but honestly like a a incredible telling of of grief and how we choose to deal with it. And I wasn't expecting that, um, in the slightest. Actually, it's like I said, a movie called Sheep Detectives. It's not usually what you would expect. Now, is it? And I really didn't. And they did such a profoundly great job with handling that. Um, and I'm not gonna say like anything like I that I because I will say I haven't personally had to deal with like a horrifying amount of grief in my life, thankfully. Um, but there is kind of just the thing as well that like you know I mean, grief has. I mean, for me at least, grief. Or for everyone, grief has kind of different things. Like, now, try not to go too personal or anything, but just like obviously the loss of a loved one, whether the loss be obviously death or just a separate, separation. Um, and and in this case, it was loss, or obviously death. Murder mystery, like I said, and I hated it. Not for that the movie's fantastic. I genuinely recommend this to recommend it to anyone. Also, I don't know how like this style of recording is like just cutting out the game audio because that's obviously I try not to do that. But at least it's a different feeling from any of the other movies I've seen this yeah this year. um, because I think it's of the same level of, um, to a slight degree, uncomfortableness that I get with obsession, but at the same time, like yeah, I'm sorry, like it's it's hard for me to put into words without trying to like get into my own life, but uh, which is strange. It is strange. I'm recording this and like I just finished. I watched this all on Prime, an Amazon movie, but uh, I finished like maybe 10 minutes ago at this point. And I'm just just laying down in my bed and I'm just like what a what like to a degree like slightly unsure how to feel. I wish that didn't happen. Um, but no, like I mean, well, I know wow, you could tell that I'm not like that. I'm like completely confounded, honestly, at this point. But like, I, it it does such a phenomenal job of like uh, of I gotta stop saying like just such a profound job of showcasing grief and how we choose to process it. That I and it does such a it's a thing of how well of a job it does that is like it is the thing that got me because and well grief and what would the other thing because there's like a whole other thing I guess even prejudice is in the movie as well but um that's kind of just a slight own thing wow shit but I forgot how to do that nope but it's so strange that the emotion I'm feeling right now. Like, I know it's strange because like what it's like really like what the hell did this movie do to you? And I'm like the video of Pedro Pascal, crying. I think whatever. That's kind of just how I felt watching the movie. Um, and I don't know. This is a weirder movie review because usually like I would go into this because either how I try to do these on how either bad or no, I guess that's not even true. I was gonna say like how bad or good a movie is, but I think like the real thing is like how I how it makes me feel like what level or extreme does it make me feel, I guess. Um and I think this is the first movie in my adult life that I've cried to, honestly. Yeah, yeah, no, it is. Um, I think the last movie I cried was like almost cried was -1, but but before that, probably Endgame. I I cried a lot. I cried so bad when Iron Man died, but I mean childhood. But it's not the same. It's not the same. It's the same feeling that I'm getting from Sheep Detectives. But it's it's such a but I mean well I guess it is because of how wow, okay, this is horrible. How much don't stay away from the fire. Okay. Um sorry. Oh god damn you. Um yeah, it's just because of how different it different is. Like I will say acting great. Story it's typical it really is like, it's literally just a murder mystery and nothing wrong with that. It was great. Um the just going through the mystery with the sheep uh was was a lot of fun, especially getting to the whole who did it, and pretty solid twist. Obviously, I don't watch. I'm not like that big of a whole mystery person and everything. I didn't watch The Mentalist as a kid or anything like that, or that many like crime shows like that. So I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, no, I totally it's obvious who it is. I'm not a mystery person. Well, it's not what I consume normally. So it was a nice surprise for me. There were sub scenes that made me just. There was one scene um that no, there was a couple scenes that made me just okay. Well, that was a waste of a bomb. Maybe just uncomfortable from just having to watch it and not watch it, but like just I guess having to go through it. I guess is the word in this, or having to go through it, especially like I guess with the characters, because it was a very heavy. Just mm, see, I'm not a good movie critic, as you could tell, because I can't think of the words that I want to say right now. But I know what they are, but I can't put them out properly because as I record this in the moment, so like I haven't really processed like this is how I feel or really what I do or even what I actually do feel at the moment. It's like I try to give my what the hell are you? Sorry, brain. But yeah, just a movie just that somehow it was an uh unexpected uh, gut wrencher, honestly, because and I guess true, yeah, just it really is just it's a movie about grief, um, and how we choose to handle it, whether and what we choose and how we choose to honor someone's memory. I know, like all it's like that's so strange to say or even hear, but it's wow. There's giving me everything. Um, if I told myself hell like 10 hours ago from this very moment, like, hey, if you watch Sheep Detectives, you'll cry. I'd be like, you're out and like you're smoking something because there's just no way. Um, yeah, like literally, that's the point where I'm getting at, and I think this is, you know, to a degree, less of a, um, oh wow, this is less of a, lesser of a movie review than I would probably do or want, or that I would normally, yeah, just typically that, but it's it's so interesting. Um, I mean, I think a movie like this is honestly kind of why I love movies because of how they can make you feel and and how they make you feel and what you're able to learn from them, I guess, or how it can reflect you personally. I ran into that guy and I just ate that. Like I said, it's like it's weird. This movie's like it'll probably be go down as probably a very underrated movie. Um, because like I'm sure not many people even saw or even knew this movie came out. I knew of it, before while it was before it came out because I saw trailers of just a couple trailers of it, and I knew it had released, but I didn't see it. I'll admit I didn't see this in theaters because it really didn't interest me that much, um, and I will say I regret that. I wish I did see this movie in theaters, wholeheartedly, because this was somehow this was a special movie. Oh, fuck off, Skrillex. So I will, I'll I'll put this out, and somebody like, what the hell you mean sheep detectives? But I was scratching my neck, but yeah, no, just we're not gonna get a angel deal next floor. That's annoying. Um, Honestly, how long is this going? 17 minutes. Well, I'll honestly just keep it going on for now. I don't mind. Well, it's just it is. Wow. Okay. Um, just rip that, and yeah, and with the end of this run, I will end this here. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will turn on the volume just to play this. And but anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. Later.